Good day, everyone. This is Alvin again from the Philippines, and welcome to the continuation of my crossover wishlist episode. And this time we will be talking about my crossover wishlist from the candidates of Miss Grand International 2021. Now, as what I've said earlier, this is already my second video for the crossover wishlist episodes. The first one was my crossover wishlist episode for the candidates of Miss Supranational 2021. So if you haven't seen that, you can go ahead and check that out. It's already available on my YouTube channel. Now, my crossover wishlist simply talks about the ladies that competed in Miss Grand International that we wanted to see again compete in different international pageants. So one of my main factors in choosing these ladies are their capabilities in doing well in other pageants, and most importantly, of course, the age requirements. So there are ladies that I really wanted to see compete again, but due to their age, I didn't include them in my list, in my top 5 favorites. Let me just go ahead and be specific here. For example, Brazil's Lorena Rodriguez, who finished in the top 5. I really wanted her to include in this list as well, but she's already 26 years old, and if ever she wanted to try again, it needs to be next year. So I'm not sure if she's going to leave behind her runner-up position in Miss Grand International, so that's leaving me a little bit of doubt in a way. So I didn't include her in my top 5. So let's go ahead and talk about the 5 ladies from Miss Grand International 2021 that I really wanted to see compete again. Starting with my number 5, Miss Grand Colombia, Mariana Jaramillo. She's 23 years old and she finished in the top 20. And to be honest, she's got one of the best faces during the competition, and I feel like top 20, she don't deserve that. She needs to advance at least top 10. So that's why it was a little bit sad when she did not make it in the top 10, and that is the reason why I believe she needs to go and compete in another pageant. She's super beautiful. I love her speaking voice as well. She's got a very bubbly and likable personality, and she can perform when she's on stage. And based on her quality, I feel like she could do well in Miss International, because based on her overall physique, physical aspect wise, she really fits the Miss International standards. I can also see her doing well in Miss Earth, because we know that Miss Earth got the beauty of face competition. I feel like she's going to dominate that. I can also see her doing well if she goes and compete in Miss Supranational. She has that same prototype as well. I haven't heard her speak very much, but if she could be able to speak very well, then Miss Supranational would be perfect for her, or even Miss Universe. But before she goes to Miss Universe, she really needs to make sure to polish everything when it comes to her performances and the way she speaks. Next, my number 4 goes to Miss Grand Dominican Republic, Stephanie Medina. She's 22 years old when she competed, and she finished in the top 20. Another shocking exclusion during the competition. I did not expect that she will be left behind after the swimsuit competition, because we all knew how she dominated that swimsuit competition, and many of us even considered her swimsuit performance as one of the best swimsuit performances that we have seen in Miss Grand International stage. So it's quite shocking that she was excluded in there, and I feel like she needs to redeem herself in another pageant. So based on everything that I have seen from her, I feel like she could do very well in Miss Supranational, especially with her great runway skills. I believe that could really help her advance and go far in the competition, or even go as far as top 5 in Miss Supranational, just like what happened last year with Joanna Constanza, who finished in the top 5 wearing the sash of the Dominican Republic. So I really hope that Stephanie Medina will give herself the chance to compete again in another pageant. My number 3 goes to Miss Grand Puerto Rico, Viviani Diaz Arroyo. She's 23 years old and she finished as the 3rd runner-up. When I saw Viviani didn't win Miss Grand International even after giving a winning performance, I feel like she needs to try again. She needs to come back in another pageant. She's only 23 years old, and most pageants have 27, 28, as their age limit, which means if you only focus on 27 years old max, she still have 4 years to prepare herself in order to be able to go to whatever pageant that she wanted to. And based on everything that we have seen from her in the pageant, I feel like she would be perfect for Miss Supranational. I feel like she could really ace that competition and place herself in the top 5 once again. I really have no doubt that she could be able to do that. But I would really love to see Viviani go to Miss Universe Puerto Rico. She already competed in Miss Universe Puerto Rico before, where she finished in the top 10, if I remembered correctly. But this time, I feel like she could really, really bring something into the Miss Universe stage. Her performance was just beyond spectacular, and I really love how she used her skills in doing the sign language, and I really believe that she could also incorporate that if ever she decides to go and compete in Miss Universe. So I'm really hoping that her amazing placement, her high placement in Miss Grand International will give her that sense of, will give her a sign that she needs to try again in another pageant. My number 2 goes to Miss Grand South Africa, Yanae Van Dam. She's only 20 years old and she finished as 4th runner-up, one of my favorites in the competition, and she's still very, very young at 20. And if she really used these years to prepare herself, to polish herself, and I'm talking about all aspects, I believe that she could really bring South Africa another crown. And I really wanted to see her compete in Miss Supranational because I feel like she could do well in the pageant. She needs to minimize all those extra moves that she did during the runway competition in Miss Grand, because I feel like it wouldn't work in Miss Supranational. And also, I think she could have a chance if she goes and compete in Miss Universe. But I have a little bit of hesitation simply because her final answer in Miss Grand International didn't impress me that much. So I would put that, I would really point her public speaking as her areas of opportunity where she could really train and work on it, because we know that South Africa are always sending strong speakers in Miss Universe. So if Yanae Van Dam is aiming to compete again, and if aiming to compete and represent South Africa in Miss Universe, then that's one thing that she really needs to work on and focus on when it comes to training and preparation, because she has so much potentials. But the woman that I'm really, really dying to see compete again, I'm not really sure if this could happen, but my number 1 choice to represent Indonesia again in international pageant is Sophia Rogan. I've already mentioned Indonesia. There's really no surprise anymore because I already mentioned the country, but it's Sophia Rogan. As what I've said, I'm not really sure if she's allowed to compete in another pageant, but I'm really hoping she could. Because I feel like she's got so much potential. She has something to offer, and with her great catwalk skills, with her beauty, with her youthfulness, she was only 19 when she competed in Miss Grand International, which means imagine the amount of years that she have to prepare if ever she wanted to go to Miss Supranational or even Miss Universe. I believe that she could be a strong contender if ever she goes to any of these 2 pageants. So Sophia Rogan, I don't need to elaborate it anymore because I have already talked highly about her when she competed in Miss Grand International. She's just a gem for Indonesia. She's such an amazing candidate, and I really hope that it could happen. I don't know how these things work in Indonesia. I don't know if they could try and cross over to other pageants, but if ever they could, Sophia Rogan is the woman that I wanted to see compete again in an international stage representing Indonesia, either Supranational or Miss Universe. So that's it. These are the top 5 ladies, my crossover wish list from Miss Grand International 2021. So I would love to know your favorites. Do you also want to see these 5 ladies that I mentioned competing again in different pageants? And are there ladies that competed in Miss Grand International that I didn't mention but you wish to compete again in other pageants too? So don't forget to leave your comments below. Don't forget to give a thumbs up and share the video as well. And most importantly, don't forget to subscribe because you'll be seeing more of these videos in the future. For now, thank you very much and have a wonderful day from the Philippines.